Hi Virgo, welcome to a special Life Path Tarot reading for February and March 2019. My name's Raina, and this type of reading is something that I've done in the past. I've called it different things, and I decided to revive it because I was looking for variety, and I also offer this type of reading from the astrological point of view, which is your natal chart. So check me out below for that type of reading. That one is really great because if you're in a position where you're just starting out, maybe in your 20s, and you don't know really what you want to do, it might spark some ideas. I know it did for me to even become an astrologer, because society doesn't tell you to do something like that. And my chart, when I looked at my own chart, it validated it. And that gave me just that little edge, or that nudge, I guess would be a better word. And yeah, so check me out. And with this reading, obviously, this is a general reading. And, my greatest intention for it is that something resonates with you, that can affirm something, or maybe say, yeah, that's right, I didn't want to do that. Either affirm or deny. But I don't like to say the word deny, because it sounds like it's, denying the universe. But it really, sometimes when we're confused about whether or not to do something, we find out that it's better not to do it, So it's not always a question of doing it. Okay, so I'm just shuffling the cards here. I've been getting some recurring themes with some of these readings that I've already done. I've already done most of them. Like, for instance, the Four of Wands is a big one. And let me see, let me put this out here. One last thing I wanted to say is that with these particular readings, I haven't been really focusing too much on personal relationships, which I think is good, because I offer love readings on YouTube anyway. But I have noticed that sometimes there may be situations, like in your reading here, that personal relationships may come into whatever it is. If you're like on that precipice of change, Virgo, then you may be like, yeah, there are two different directions I can go in with a particular person, and that will change the course of my life as well. Now, in February, there is a supermoon in your sign on February 19th. So the full moon can bring things to a culmination, maybe some kind of a, I don't want to say crisis, but something that has been roiling around in your life. It's brought to a head, and that's good, because then you're able to put it to rest. And in some cases, this could be an ending of a situation. And it finally gets to the point where you have to take action. Or it could be by your own volition that you decide to quit your job, or you decide to end a relationship. And then there will be not that big of a deal, because perhaps it's been limping along, like a relationship, a marriage, and you have to kind of deal with it. And like I said, some of these cards do seem like relationship oriented, and that makes sense, because at the full moon there is that opposition from the sun to the moon, so relationship issues do tend to stand out. So the heart of the matter, the theme, is the Page of Swords, and this is a card of somebody who is vigilant about something. This may be how you feel at work, that you're watching your back. that, pages can be messages, and, swords connect with communication as well. So it's really about perhaps feeling like, what are they saying about me? Actually, I would say it's more of a thing of what is really going on here. And so you may see the writing on the wall for some situation in your life. Yeah, it could be. I'm saying life path. To me, it's kind of like more of what your career is, but maybe at some point in your life path, you're happy in your career and it's your love life that is at that turning point or at the crossroads. So if that's the case, this would be that you are even actively seeking out information about someone that either you're interested in or that you're involved with. And so if you're already involved with this person, you may not feel like you can trust them, that what they're saying. You may feel like you have to kind of do a little bit of digging. I always call this a spy card because, the person may be doing research about something, but not just research. I mean, investigating yourself like a private eye and trying to find out if their story is matching up. And with a new relationship, kind of like doing a little bit of digging, is this person really who they say they are? But in career matters, this may be working in a new field or wanting to work in a new field that deals with media, that deals with communication in some way. And this is a natural for you, I would say, as a sign ruled by Mercury, Virgo, that you are a natural for journalism. You're a natural for the teaching professions and talking about different levels of teaching. However, I see this more with the media because it's like exchanging messages and things like that. And so that might be something that's on your radar in some way. Now, the middle row here are 3 cards that represent the first 3 steps to take in either achieving your dream position, or if this is something to do with your private life, that you're trying to obtain more information about someone. The first one is the Lover's card. And in personal relationships, the Lover's card is about connecting intimately with somebody. On the more mundane level, we would say consummating a relationship. But if you're talking about it from a deeper level than just the physical, it could be that you are really getting below the surface of something that is in your partnership. So an example would be that you are talking to this person and saying, this is what I would love to marry you, because the middle card is about marriage. I would love to marry you, but I still don't, you said this and it doesn't add up to me, and I just want to feel okay about it. And kind of gaining that clarification, but also at the same time expressing your vulnerability, that you feel like you're being not, that the other person isn't being straight with you. I even see with these cards here that it's almost like you may decide that you have been paranoid with the Page of Swords, and that you're just going to go and trust that this person loves you. If this is anything to do with some kind of new job, you may have to make a choice between 2 positions or 2 companies. The Lover's card, because there's a duality of 2 people, it could indicate that there's a choice to be made. The Lovers card connects to Gemini, so whether this is somebody who's a mentor, or if this is a timing card of like, this is when everything is going to gel, who knows? But those are other possibilities for the Lovers card. Sometimes the Lovers card is about going into business with somebody else. Again, I don't know how that would manifest unless you're starting, maybe you're starting your own website and you're doing it with someone else, and it has some kind of maybe current events angle to it, and you have somebody who's a stringer who's getting those stories, and you're the writer, and who knows. And then the next step is the Four of Wands, and this is a card of a happy marriage, a happy home. Four is domestic, and this is with the Wands, there is that sense of enthusiasm, joy that the domestic life brings, not just the practical angle of it. So if this is anything to do with professional life, it's possible that you're even working from the home, and therefore you feel like, I mean, everybody in that home is happy because they're seeing you. Maybe you were working long hours outside of the home, and you wanted to kind of change that up. The Four of Wands can also be, if this is a, if the Lovers card represents something romantic for you, then the Four of Wands could be buying a house, having that kind of domestic bliss, marriage. But marriage that is coming not from a sense of duty or respectability, like I have to conform to tradition in order to appease, you know, society, but it's something that is coming from the heart. You know, it's something that you're passionate about, that you really want to do. And to me, that's the best, you know, way to go into a committed relationship. And again, as I said, there are relationship issues that come to a head in March. And, you know, it could even be something along the lines of, you realize your part in this. Maybe the other person has always wanted to get married, and you've been the one dragging your feet, and now you realize how they feel. But really, when the full moon is in your sign, it's, to me, it's more of like recognizing what your needs are. So with Virgo, a lot of times people are being very aware of other people's needs rather than their own. And Virgo is really one of those signs that likes to take care of others. But at the same time, Virgo is the sign of the hermit, you know, in the tarot. So it can work both ways. A lot of Virgo people are, you know, perfectly content living on their own. And maybe that's something that you realize, is that you were not really giving 100% emotionally into a relationship, because you do have that desire, or at least part of you, to have a solitary life. And then the third step is represented by the Justice card. And, you know, the first thing I thought of was Justice of the Peace, but that could just be making it illegal. With the professional angle, the Justice card connects to Libra, and it's about fairness. And so there's balance in this reading with some of these cards. The 6, the 4, these are both cards of, the 6 is, with the Lovers card, is a card of order. And the 4 is number of foundation. So you may feel, Virgo, that you found the perfect balance in your life. And especially if you're working from home, and maybe with the Page of Swords, you felt like your home life was suffering because you were away from home. And now that you're there, there's a greater sense of balance in your life. And, if you have a marriage, if you have a child, if you have children, you may have felt like you were kind of like away from them too much. And that led to a lot of even paranoia if your marriage felt like it was suffering as a result. But yeah, I think that's a wonderful card to get. As I said, it's connected to Libra. We do have a couple of full moons in Libra. The first one in March 20th, the same day as the Astrological New Year, and then the second one on April 19th, and that is at 29 degrees of Libra. So back-to-back full moons. What house is that for Virgo? The second house of earned income. So that could be very advantageous for you financially. The first one at 0 degrees. Now that could point to perhaps if you're leaving a current position and you're not having that, you're ending that source of income, and perhaps this is all related to a new job during this time frame, and then you are maybe getting more money than you have in the past, and maybe that's the second full moon in the sign at 29 degrees, so it's at the last degree. And to me, to have the full moon at 0 degrees is more of a new moon vibe, and then the 29 degrees is the real culmination. So this should be interesting for everyone, but for you financially, this I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up with you having a boost to your income by the time April 19th or around that date comes around, I'll just say at the end, towards the end of April, if you notice a boost to your income. And speaking of boost to income, the outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. And in the Rider-Waite deck, Pamela Coleman's illustration does show a portal as well. And you notice that it's with green, the color green. It's dark green, but that's the color of prosperity and growth. Pentacles, Ace, beginnings, new job, sometimes windfall of money, but that portal, that new beginning. So this does give me that feeling of a new start for Virgo at this time, at least with your career and finances, and with love life too. The Ace of Pentacles, this could be like the start of something that is long-lasting, because Pentacles is tangible. It's not in the mind. It's not something that is theoretical. It's something that you can prove is real. So it's right below that Four of Wands, and it could be talking about, having a love in your life that is not only someone that you love to go home to, because you have that passion for them, but someone that you can build a life with. And that to me is the important thing. Some people, they love affairs and flings and things like that because it feels very exciting. The temporal nature, the temporary nature of it feels very, thrilling, I guess. But for an earth sign like you, and I didn't even think about the connection between the fact it was Ace of Pentacles and your sign, so it's a new beginning for you as an earth sign too. But for you, I think that you're looking for something more substantial that you can build upon. And so, in any case, Virgo, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you have very fruitful next couple of months. Take care. Bye.